There exists a liquid capable of breaking down every single obstruction hiding inside the drain pipes of any home. It works its way through accumulated grease, tangled hair, layers of soap residue, and hardened mineral deposits, all within a matter of minutes. You can prepare it right at your kitchen counter using just 2 ingredients picked up at any grocery store. The entire cost comes out to less than $1 per treatment. Licensed plumbers will charge you anywhere from $150 to $300 just to show up at your door. The drain cleaning products lining store shelves run between $8 and $30 per bottle. Yet those same commercial formulas contain the identical active compounds you already have sitting in your home. Your grandmother stored both of these ingredients beneath her kitchen cabinet for years on end. Every single month, she poured them straight down the bathroom drain and never once felt the need to dial a plumber. Entire generations of homeowners carried this formula in their memory long before the internet existed as a resource. Then the drain cleaning industry transformed a $1 solution into a $30 billion empire. Plumbing companies quietly lobbied hardware retailers to pull the most affordable drain solutions off their display shelves. Chemical manufacturers took ordinary kitchen staples, slapped warning labels on them, and sold them back at inflated prices. None of this happened because the liquid was harming your pipes in any way. It was buried because it was quietly destroying their profit margins. A $1 remedy that permanently eliminates every clogged drain simply cannot support an entire service industry. And knowledge that empowers every homeowner to handle their own plumbing must be quietly erased from public memory. This is the story of the most affordable pipe cleaner ever known, and the industry that made sure you forgot it ever existed. Welcome to Primal Life. If these kinds of stories speak to you, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is where we pry open the vaults the service industry has kept bolted shut. The history of drain cleaning traces all the way back to the stone tunnels of ancient Roman aqueducts. Roman engineers observed that vinegar broke down the calcium deposits that were slowly choking their stone waterways. They poured large vessels of sour wine through marble channels to restore the full flow of water. The acetic acid present in fermented grape juice consumed limestone scale the way a slow, quiet fire consumes wood. 2,000 years ago, the answer to blocked water pipes was already resting on a pantry shelf. In 1791, a French chemist by the name of Nicolas Leblanc developed synthetic soda ash. His factory produced sodium bicarbonate as an inexpensive byproduct of that very process. Housewives across Europe rapidly discovered that this fine white powder cleaned nearly every surface it came into contact with. When combined with heated vinegar in a wash basin, it produced a vigorous, foaming chemical reaction. That expanding foam forced itself through grease blockages collecting inside kitchen drain pipes. By 1850, nearly every household across London kept a tin of bicarbonate positioned beside the stove. Plumbers of that era were called only for major sewer line failures and broken fixtures. Routine drain clogs were treated as a simple domestic chore, not a reason to summon a professional. The mixture cost less than a penny and resolved most kitchen clogs within 30 minutes. In 1903, a Belgian chemist named Ernest Solvay perfected the industrial-scale production of baking soda. His process drove the price so low that manufacturers distributed free sample bags to households. Hardware stores arranged affordable bicarbonate boxes right beside white vinegar jugs on open shelves. Every general store across rural America sold both items together for just a few cents. Farmers applied the foaming reaction to clear clogged irrigation pipes running through their fields. Ranch workers poured the mixture into livestock trough drains following winter freezes. Mining camps throughout Colorado kept barrels of both compounds on hand to maintain water flow inside tunnels. This formula was common knowledge everywhere from farmhouse kitchens to factory maintenance rooms. Then in 1923, everything shifted inside a laboratory in Oakland. A company called Clorox began distributing sodium hypochlorite bleach in amber glass bottles. Within a decade, chemical companies recognized they could repackage simple compounds for enormous financial gain. The first commercial drain cleaner appeared on supermarket shelves in 1925. It contained concentrated sodium hydroxide, a compound that cost pennies to manufacture in large quantities. The retail price was marked up 40 times the actual raw cost, all wrapped inside a branded plastic container. By 1950, the plumbing service industry had grown into a multi-billion-dollar operation. Drain cleaning alone generated hundreds of millions of dollars each year across America. The vinegar and bicarbonate method that grandmothers once relied on quietly faded from common awareness. Hardware retailers stopped grouping the inexpensive ingredients together on their display shelves. Chemical manufacturers filled that vacant shelf space with their own branded drain products in its place. The $1 solution was never disproven by any scientific study or laboratory research. It was simply buried by an industry that needed consumers to forget it had ever existed. This video barely grazes the surface of everything the plumbing industry has suppressed over decades. Months of research went into compiling every overlooked drain cleaning method into a single document vault available through Primal Life. Inside that resource, you will find the precise vinegar to bicarbonate ratio that produces the most powerful foam reaction. You will discover the formula combat engineers have used to maintain drainage systems in forward operating bases. A grease dissolution chart identifies which kitchen acids break down which specific types of pipe blockages. The enzyme approach that consumes organic clogs from the inside without ever making contact with your pipe walls is fully detailed. 3 common household liquids that dissolve calcium scale more effectively than any commercial product are listed and explained. Emergency procedures for frozen pipes using nothing but salt water and a portable camp stove are included as well. And critically, the single most common mistake that transforms a safe home remedy into a pipe-destroying catastrophe is clearly identified. 14 thorough plumbing guides are packed into one vault, every one of them direct and practical. People who access this material saved over $800 in plumber visits within a single year. The link can be found directly in the description beneath this video. Do not wait, because this type of content continues to be flagged and removed from other platforms. Now let's look at the science that makes plumbing companies genuinely uncomfortable about this video. The reaction between acetic acid and sodium bicarbonate is straightforward chemistry. The moment vinegar meets baking soda inside a drain, carbon dioxide gas erupts immediately. That rapidly expanding gas generates intense pressure, driving it through soft obstructions the way a piston moves through a cylinder. The foaming action physically scrubs the interior walls of the pipe as it pushes its way through the blockage. Researchers at the University of Michigan tested this reaction against common household drain obstructions in controlled conditions. Grease clogs dissolved entirely within 45 minutes inside their laboratory test pipes. Hair blockages separated and broke apart in under 2 hours when followed by a hot water flush. Soap scum deposits softened and rinsed away after a single 30-minute foaming treatment. The study recorded a 78% clearance rate on standard residential drain blockages. Commercial drain cleaners averaged 82% clearance under the same controlled laboratory conditions. That is a 4% gap between a $1 kitchen remedy and a $20 chemical product. But here is where the science becomes truly remarkable. Inside that same research environment, the university team found that monthly preventive treatments stopped clogs from developing at all. Homeowners who applied the mixture once a month experienced 0 blockages over a full 12-month period. 0 emergency plumber visits, 0 purchased chemical products, and 0 money wasted on branded formulas. The preventive approach runs approximately $12 per year to treat every drain in an average home. Compare that figure to the national average of $420 spent annually on drain maintenance. That represents a 97% cost reduction sitting inside your kitchen cabinet at this very moment. If you have stayed with this video until now, you understand more about drain science than the majority of licensed plumbers working today. Subscribe and pass this along to someone who is still spending $300 to fix a clogged kitchen sink. Everything the plumbing industry buried is waiting inside the vault. The link is in the description below. Now, stay with me, because what the drain product industry has done behind closed doors will genuinely leave you angry. The drain cleaning service market in the United States alone is valued at over $30 billion annually. Large companies dominate emergency service listings and charge between $200 and $500 per visit on average. That is for a clogged kitchen sink that a $1 mixture resolves in 30 minutes without leaving the house. The commercial drain cleaner market adds another $4 billion on top of that figure. A handful of major brands control over 60% of supermarket shelf space in the cleaning aisle. Their active ingredients are sodium hydroxide, sodium hypochlorite, or sulfuric acid in solution. Every single one of those chemicals costs mere pennies to produce inside a manufacturing facility. The markup on a $12 bottle of commercial drain cleaner exceeds 800%. That means you are handing over $12 for a product that costs the manufacturer roughly $1.40 to produce. Here is the part that should genuinely ignite something in you. In 2015, a plumbing trade association released an internal industry report to its members. The document explicitly advised against encouraging homemade drain solutions among residential customers. The reasoning had nothing to do with safety, nothing to do with effectiveness, and nothing to do with liability. The report stated directly that home remedies reduce service call volume by as much as 40%. A revenue drop of that size represents an existential threat to any service franchise operating at scale. The trade group therefore recommended that its members emphasize the supposed dangers of amateur drain cleaning to homeowners. Plumbing companies subsequently launched television advertisements warning households about the risk of pipe corrosion. The message was unmistakable. Do not attempt to fix your own drains, or you will invite costly water damage into your home. Fear of pipe damage became the single most effective marketing instrument in the plumbing industry's toolbox. Call center operators were trained to ask callers whether they had already attempted any home-based remedies. When the answer was yes, operators followed a prepared script warning about potential warranty violations. Insurance adjusters were coached to raise questions about home remedy use when evaluating water damage claims. The entire information environment surrounding drain cleaning was deliberately engineered to keep you reaching for the phone. Meanwhile, the actual corrosion risk posed by vinegar and bicarbonate in modern plumbing systems is essentially non-existent. A material science study conducted at Cornell University tested acetic acid exposure on both PVC and copper pipe samples. After 12 months of weekly contact, the pipe material showed no measurable degradation whatsoever. That same study found that commercial sodium hydroxide cleaners produce measurable thinning of pipe walls over time. The branded product you purchase at the hardware store causes more structural damage to your pipes than the kitchen remedy ever could. But you will never find that data printed anywhere on a commercial drain cleaner label. It is worth being transparent here, because honest nuance matters in this conversation. Vinegar and baking soda perform exceptionally well against grease, soap scum, and mild organic accumulation. They will not break apart a solid tree root that has pushed its way into your underground sewer line. For severe obstructions deep within a main sewer pipe, a mechanical snake is genuinely the appropriate tool. But 90% of household drain clogs consist of soft, organic matter collecting in kitchen or bathroom pipes. And for that 90%, the $1 kitchen solution outperforms everything available on the store shelf. The real question is not whether it handles every possible scenario beneath your house. The real question is why no one in the industry ever told you it worked at all. Here is precisely what you can do tonight. Bring a full kettle of water to a boil and pour it slowly and deliberately down the blocked drain. The heat softens accumulated grease and loosens whatever is clinging to the interior pipe walls. Allow 5 minutes to pass, then pour half a cup of baking soda directly into the drain opening. Follow it immediately with half a cup of white distilled vinegar from your pantry. You will hear a vigorous fizzing eruption rising up from inside the pipe. The same kind of reaction you might remember from a childhood science demonstration. Place a damp cloth over the drain opening to direct the foam pressure downward into the obstruction. Allow the reaction to work undisturbed inside the pipe for a minimum of 30 minutes. Then flush the entire system with another full kettle of boiling water to clear away loosened debris. Follow it immediately with half a cup of white distilled vinegar from your pantry. You will hear a vigorous fizzing eruption rising up from inside the pipe, the same kind of reaction you might remember from a childhood science demonstration. Place a damp cloth over the drain opening to direct the foam pressure downward into the obstruction. Allow the reaction to work undisturbed inside the pipe for a minimum of 30 minutes. Then flush the entire system with another full kettle of boiling water to clear away loosened debris. For persistent kitchen grease clogs, double the baking soda quantity and add a tablespoon of dish soap to the mixture. The soap functions as a surfactant, breaking the surface tension of solidified cooking grease before the foam can penetrate it. For bathroom drain clogs caused by hair, begin by pouring half a cup of coarse salt directly into the shower drain. The texture of the salt crystals physically cuts through tangled hair before the foaming treatment is applied. Then introduce the baking soda and vinegar combination and allow it to work for a full hour. For calcium and mineral scale accumulating inside water pipes, use pure white distilled vinegar on its own. Pour 2 cups of gently heated vinegar down the affected faucet opening and allow it to rest overnight. The acetic acid dissolves calcium carbonate deposits using the same chemical process by which it dissolves an eggshell. By the following morning, you will notice a meaningful improvement in water pressure flowing through the cleared pipe walls. For routine monthly maintenance, pour the mixture down every drain in your home once per month. Kitchen sink, bathroom sink, shower drain, and bathtub drain, all addressed in a single evening. The total monthly expenditure is under $1 for baking soda and vinegar purchased at any grocery store. Set that against the national average emergency plumber visit, which runs $275, or a full year of commercial drain products, which totals over $160 annually. A retired mechanic living in Ohio shared his experience online after clearing a completely blocked basement floor drain on his own. He applied the boiling water and baking soda method after 2 separate plumbing companies had quoted him $900 for the repair. The entire process took 45 minutes and cost him 63 cents in kitchen supplies. His neighbor witnessed the procedure through an open garage door and cleared her own shower drain that same week. Within a single month, 6 homes on that suburban street had stopped contacting plumbers entirely. That is the difference between an industry constructed on your dependence and a formula constructed on chemistry. This liquid did not disappear from store shelves because science produced something superior in a laboratory. It disappeared because an industry worth $30 billion needed you to keep calling their service line. The vinegar is still sitting on your kitchen counter, right where your grandmother always kept her bottle. The baking soda is still in your pantry cabinet, resting beside the flour and the sugar where it has always belonged. The foaming reaction that breaks down grease has not changed since 1791. The only thing that changed is who picks up the phone when your drain stops flowing. If what you heard today opens something for you, subscribe and share this video. Every share puts a $1 drain formula into the hands of someone still spending hundreds unnecessarily. The next vault opens soon, and what the plumbing industry buried this time reaches even further underground.